love, not ready for war. ঘরেতে শুনেছি শিখেছি বাংলা, বাইরে ভাষান্তরের রাস্তা, মনের ভিতরে ভ্রমণ আকাঙ্ক্ষা, সুতরাং English was the answer. Communication 101 from JD Park, with culture on nurture, Kolkata at heart. DC Comics, Nickelodeon, they be teaching me 90s growing Sega Mega Drive, killing speed, and suddenly came face to face with patriotism. Kendriya Vidya, Jagran to strict competition, confusion, फिर भी society जो बोले सोनी हार, necessity समझदारी से भावनाओं को निकालना, आशा की वजह से ये तमाशा न मंजूर था, हताश हर तरफ बस निभाना ये सुरूर ये है उक्ति की मजबूरी है निरुक्ति सी जरूरी क्या और कुछ भी नहीं जरूरी वक्त जो रुकती नहीं हाँ ऐसे घड़ी लाइफ में एंट्री ली हिप हॉप Linkin Park, Tupac, Eminem and Snoop Dogg get beats too like Red Bull to express views when the beat drop or the trip started with fellow rappers and some beatbox. Yeah.
That was fun.
Yes, that was surely fun.
So, as you heard it from the man himself, his name is RAZ.
Yes, RAZ.
RAZ.
Yes, thank you so much for having me, Mr. Chatterjee. It's a pleasure.
Pleasure is all mine, and thank you for not only engaging with me in this discussion, but we are doing some work together, and we're working on a song together, which is in production. And
Very excited about that.
We've not told the audience what the song is. We've not revealed it to them, and it's a total surprise that you know there is a rapper who's part of this song. So RAZ, tell me about yourself. Tell me about you know your background and what brought you to this.
Well, my stage name is RAZ. My real name is Shomraj. And well, I'm from Calcutta. As you just heard, I did a little Bengali there. Because, I mean, that's definitely the roots. That's where I come from. And while growing up, I've always been, you know, really keen into like hip hop music and rap rock and a little bit of rock as well, you know, growing up.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, and
well,
then
you're growing up in
Calcutta.
in Calcutta, yeah.
In Calcutta,
or
yeah.
the Northeast, you know, there's always going to be some rock, some, you know.
Yeah, like I have a lot of friends from Siliguri as well, and like you know the whole we have a band there. Like I used to have a band in Calcutta as well, and we did a lot of metal music and rap and a lot of experimenting like fusion.
Right.
So it was really fun, and for me, hip hop has always been like you know my favorite thing to do. Like all my friends were listening to Bollywood and something else, something or the other, and I was always hooked on to you know hip hop, Eminem, Linkin Park. Linkin Park definitely made a very big impact in my life, and I think a lot of my fellow musicians as well. So we learned.
And thank God that you didn't miss their India tour. We were having this discussion a little earlier, right? Where we thought that they had toured in India, and you said,
oh my God! I was
right?
like, how did this happen? I mean, yes, that's definitely it's very sad. Please be upon him, Chester Bennington, one of the legendary rock stars. We lost him a few years back, and that's definitely one unfulfilled dream. But what are you going to do about it?
So you collaborate a lot with different genres, and because that's what we are here to talk about, is mixing the musical idiom, various idioms of music, the various ways that musicians talk to each other and to their audience, and that's what we're here to talk about. And I believe you and your partner Rio,
Yes,
you guys have a band together, and you work on several projects. So tell us a little bit about that.
So you already know Rio. So Rio and I, we basically started making music where we were part of the same band back in Calcutta, and then like something happened, this and that, and then we made our way to Mumbai because we were working over there as well. We were working like on music production. We were working on ad jingles and a lot of corporate stuff. And then so we decided like it was about time that we moved to Mumbai and you know focus like solely on music, because I mean that time always comes in everybody's life when you have to take a call.
Yeah,
what you want to go for.
Yeah,
you
where your calling
as
is
a passion,
yeah.
or if that's it, that's the end game.
Yeah. Well, first you decide what your calling is.
Yeah.
So you decide your vocation, and then you decide where that takes you. And I'm very glad you ended up in this city, because I guess there are a lot of possibilities for everything here. You can do different experimental projects, and we are going to talk about your experiments. But before that, tell me, so how did you train yourself? How did you get to being a rapper? How does it work? I'm always curious to figure out how you guys remember the lyrics. First, you write it. Some of it is being composed on the fly. I would like to know about this process.
Well, it's actually, you know, I mean, practice makes perfect, or little close to perfect, or maybe I don't know. But it's practice, and it's for me it's become, you know, like I've been doing it like since I don't know 15-20 years maybe. So basically right now it's kind of like a habit of mine, you know, of memorizing lyrics and, you know, coming up with lyrics as we go on. Like for especially for rap sessions, unlike where I have to write a song, and, you know, I've had some like songwriting sessions as well.
Okay.
So how that is different from a rap session is like, you know, for rap it doesn't really, I mean, you don't get too much time to really think about it. I mean, you do if it's your own song and you have to, like, you want to make it personal, you want to do your R&D, you want to do your research behind it, you can do that. But other than that, I would say like rap, like how it's done in the industry, it's like everything has to be done instantly. And, you know, the less time the better. And yet you make it.
So you have to be a quick thinker.
Definitely, you have to be a quick thinker, and you also have to be.
So are you reacting to the music like when you're, you know, listening to a hip hop-ish kind of a track or something? You were reacting to that, reacting to the mood of that, reacting to what the song is trying to tell you.
Yes, I mean, like for me, like personally, I'm a huge rhythm fan, if you know what I mean.
Okay,
you know?
yeah, I got that from your
making the rhythms, and yeah, rap is also rhythm and poetry.
Yeah. It's a very difficult genre because you have to make sense in rhythm. You know.
Yes.
It has to make sense. Your sentences have to end, and you have to, you know, make sense within the meter. Yeah.
Absolutely.
And so, so that process, I can understand that there was a lot of listening and adapting, and you learned on the job.
Yeah.
And obviously, like you do you know, a different genres. So the interesting thing is, when you work with, what kind of genres do you work with?
Okay, so yeah, that brings a very interesting. Yeah, I mean, that is definitely very interesting even for me, because when I started out, it was just me and the boys in the band, you know, like trying to shape up a rock sound with some electronica, a little bit of fusion here and there. But once I moved to Bombay with Rio, and we started our music production company together, and then we were making music for several clients, several brands, and movies and series. So in this process, what happened, the beautiful thing which happened to me, of course, and because I always learn from my experience, and that's how I love to learn. So in this way, we got to appreciate not only hip hop or rock, but the whole global music scene as a whole, you know?
Right.
Like that includes any genre. And right now, like, I am convinced, like at this point, that every genre of music is beautiful. And like no matter what says, I mean, yeah, I mean, it definitely attracts a certain group, age group, or a certain kind of people, language-wise or music-wise. But I say, like, there's beauty in everything if you understand it.
Of course, no doubt about it.
And that's what music is. I mean, it's a form of expression. So, I mean, anybody is expressing anything, and that's music. I mean.
So, were you surprised when I called you for a song?
Definitely. I mean, it was definitely challenging.
Has a classical musician ever called you for a song, or, you know, to do something?
Yeah, I've had a few experiences, but nothing like hardcore like this one was. This one was definitely like one of the most challenging things I had to do, and it was really fun, by the way.
Well, I'm glad. Thank you for agreeing to be part of it.
Yeah, like the sitar and the voice, everything just created a mood, and I was like, where do I fit in here, you know? And I really had a hard time trying to like, okay.
So give me an example of like making something out of thin air. Like, give me a little performance of a cappella rap.
Okay, so something out of thin air.
Yes.
Alright, so it's always good. And well, I normally don't write about partying and, you know, the normal stuff that you hear in
the usual stuff.
The usual stuff that you hear in hip hop.
The vodka and
the pop stuff.
Yeah.
So I mean, yeah, I can do that. I have done that.
I'm sure you would do it for a film if you were working to a brief. Yes. But yeah.
But when I'm like rapping by myself on my own, it's me speaking. It's me expressing myself.
And I love that you did a little bit in Bengali.
Oh, yeah, thank you. I mean, that's what I am. So I mean, yeah. So whatever comes to me naturally, or even if I write it down, it always has to be something that I can represent anytime in my life.
Go for it.
And I don't have to really pretend.
Yep.
So.
Yep.
I'll
go
just
for it.
Go for something.
Yeah. A cappella.
All right.
Guys, this is just being made up as we speak.
All right. Yeah. 1, 2, 3. So the force is on you, and the course is work-proof. 9/11, I'll lead you from the one-man platoon like it's meant to be. Most inevitably, the road you see, it's called destiny. Cut a page out of history, something called democracy. Facing rivalry against full-on hypocrisy. Eyes on the prize, keep your mind on the mind. Like the rhymes in the line, with the time left behind, get on. With the rhythm feeding power to fight. Look around you, man. You can see the bright light, and this is seeing is believing. So when you see it, believe it. Light is too far to achieve it. You be getting what you get. And it's a high climb up the mountain of truth, but once conquered, you got the fountain of youth. You need the hunger for knowledge, and you gotta prove that you get stronger. Every time you fall or go off route, so come and shoot, man. The tables may steady, so the tables may turn, but you better stay steady. And after you win it, you can say that you have made it, but everything comes with a price, cause life is heavy.
Wow, super.
Thank you so
This
much.
is, I am so fascinated. Like, if you know, of course I can understand when you're doing this against a hip-hop-ish soundscape, but if somebody approached you with, say, I don't know, like a rock jazz kind of
I've done a
you've
lot
done
of
that stuff?
rock jazz, yeah.
Wow. Is there something you want to talk about, your YouTube channel, something you have there?
Oh, definitely. Like, so, can we cut?
Yeah. No, go ahead. Just talk, no problem.
Okay, so once me and Rio, we moved to Mumbai. We also we were working, we were making music for brands and other clients as well. But at the same time, we also built up this duo setup of music where we experiment with rock and hip hop. So it's alternative rock meets alternative hip hop.
Wow.
That's what we like to call it. I know there's no really pinpointing name to express that, but that's what it is. And if you want to know what it is more, then you gotta visit our YouTube channel and check the stuff out there.
What would that be? Can you spell it out for the guys?
If you go to
who watch?
YouTube, you have to search for Rio and RAZ. So that's Rio, R-I-O, N for Newton, and RAZ, that's R-A-Z or Z, however you like to pronounce it. So Rio and RAZ, search for it and you see
All right.
page popping up.
Fantastic.
And check our music out.
Well, thanks a lot for having this little chat with me.
Thank you for having me.
And can we end this with a little, music?
Of course.
Because-
What better way?
Yep. And I'm going to get back to that track we had, and we begin right off from where we left off. Okay, here we go.
Oh, yeah. So all the people in the world have dreams of their own, new beginning to behold, new seeds to be sown. Whatever it may be, they can say they home alone. Even in the biggest crowd, let us hope that was wrong. Unwanted voices for a better tomorrow. Makes us want to push ourselves from the weather of sorrow when we feeling hollow. A life that we follow, yet keeping standing on the base of life that we swallow. Yeah. So put your head in the game, take a step at a time to the break of your fame. It's what you ever wanted, and you got what it takes, or else you wouldn't think of it in the first place. And know one thing, there ain't nothing you can do. Just gotta dream big, and you see it through. Just follow your heart, and you see it too. Many no once and for all, dreams do come true. Yeah, dreams do come true. Get 'em, Mr. Chatterjee. Yeah. Let me go viral. Woo! Yeah.
All right. So it's been a real pleasure, and thanks once again.
That was awesome.
For all the listeners, check this guy out. Go to their YouTube page. They're doing some fabulous
Rio
work.
and RAZ.
Rio and RAZ.
Yes.
And
You
wait.
can also check our music out on it's all out on the audio OTTs as well.
On the
So
on
you
the
can
streaming
check them out.
platforms.
Streaming
All right.
platforms.
Wonderful.
Spotify, Geo7, wherever you go, just tune in, alright? And let us know what you feel.
And this series, which is called The Mixing of Musical Idioms, is still on. So watch out for the next episode. Sayonara.